It's right there. Yeah, that branch is getting ready to come down, which of course is right over this roof. And Victor, the guy from the rehab center, sawed that out a couple of weeks ago. And as you can see, this other part here fell too completely. So the goal is to make it just fall off without having to pay somebody to come chop it down, clearly. This part of it fell in her yard, but the rest of it at this point is also on the sidewalk. And yeah, it's right over the roof, the solar panels. Yeah, it's just a matter of time before it falls down. Intentionally. Like I said, it was bad enough when she put that barbecue grill right underneath all that fire hazard. It's all intentional. That's sad. It's all intentional. Yeah, that's all coming down. It'll be on the sidewalk again soon. And then this part will be right on top of our roof. Gosh. Gotta love the noose that's hanging from it, huh? Yep. When I saw her friend Victor climbing up in that tree and sawing individual branches, but not completely sawing them off, just sawing them in half, waiting for the, I guess, accident to take place naturally. Yeah, she's definitely committing insurance fraud again. But the worst part is right there, as you can see. It's going to land on our roof, our solar panels, and everything, and it's going to cost us a lot of money to clean it up off of our yard. And of course, the new fence we just put in. This is all intentional. She intentionally destroys stuff. This is crazy. My concern, of course, is if this thing lands on that propane tank or hits our gas line. It's bad enough we're going to have to pay to pick all this up out of our yard when it falls. It's going. It is going. Totally intentional. It's crazy. Yeah. How much is it going to cost us once this thing falls over here? I don't know. Remains to be seen. But it's definitely going to fall over here. I'm just glad I have the video of her friend up there sawing the branches in half intentionally. So yeah, clearly my batshit crazy ass neighbor who, you know, has intentionally destroyed 3 different fences of mine, who intentionally punched herself and told the police that I punched her and got a restraining order. The neighbor whose house I have a lien on. Apparently she's up the ante at this point, clearly, because she had her friend go up in that tree, and I have that video of her telling him what to do and where to snap. And he sawed a bunch of branches, and those branches weigh anywhere from 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 pounds apiece. yeah, so clearly she wants to see the tree come down, and it's probably more than likely going to land on this roof, the garage. And I'm hoping that it doesn't make a gas line explode. I'm hoping it doesn't ruin the plumbing, the solar panels, everything. You know, if it just lands in the front yard, well, it'll kill the plants, okay? And it'll cost a lot of money to pick it up. But at this point in time, yeah, she has definitely clearly decided a new way to cause some grief and maybe claim it's an accident. Her accidents, unfortunately, are always intentional. Yeah, here she is telling him where to chop. Yes, that's Victor from the rehab center. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, it kind of is nice for me to see her doing that, right? She's having to trim that tree herself. Yep. Gotta do it yourself. Kind of backfired, huh? Yeah, this morning, apparently, the tenant had to get to work, and that tree that was hanging all over everything kind of blocked the path to the car. So, yeah, my neighbor is currently having to trim some of those branches herself. You know, it's like when you see somebody do an evil deed and then you realize it backfired and now they got to deal with what they did. But, yeah, the other part's still hanging over the garage here, so I'm still a little worried about that. But it is kind of nice to see that for whatever reason she can't call her friend right now to help her trim off some of those branches that fell on her side. Yeah, it's nice to see her work. Of course, I also noted her priority was to get that hose of hers and put it directly under my post again. Yeah, I'm certain when she had her friend Victor saw those branches in half, she was hoping they were falling on this side. And, you know, they still might, but a lot of them fell on their own side. So, yeah, it really is kind of nice to see her have to, I guess, clean some of that up and deal with the aftermath of her decision to saw everything in half so that it would fall. But, yeah, I don't know why she can't call her friend to come help her clean it up, but clearly she's having to do it, and clearly she's quite capable of doing stuff. You know, I mean, she destroyed 3 of my fences. Clearly she has no disabilities, as, you know, she tried to pretend in that courtroom. Oh, my God. Yeah, I'm not even going to go into the courtroom thing again. It's in the past. Currently, I'm dealing with the fact that, yeah, she is trying to up that ante by having her tree fall on this side. And so far, it hasn't fallen on this side, but it's going to. It's just a matter of when. We got a major wind coming in, actually, on Monday, so maybe that'll do it. But in the meantime, a good portion of it fell in her own yard, so it caused her a little inconvenience, apparently, her decisions. Yeah, rope's still hanging right there. Gotta cut that right there. I just came back in. My neighbor, you know, I've done everything I can to avoid being in her view. But she's going out of her way to make sure I somehow approach her, but I'm just trying to ignore her. But currently, you know, aside from her usual sticking the hose up against the post at nighttime and letting it run so that the cement is exposed, you know, her tree's falling down, and oh, God. Anyway, right now, you know, I just went alongside to water the plants alongside there of the fence just to get rid of. And I noted that she, of course, has a sprinkler system right on top of the bright orange painted property line. Yeah. like I said, she's just going out of her way hoping that I'll scream at her or whatever, but I just took a pole and went through it and flipped it over so that it landed back over in her yard. But again, she lifted it up 3 feet and pushes it over 4 feet so that it's right on this property line, on the bright orange paint. I mean, I'm sure she can see the orange paint, so yeah, clearly she's just doing it to be a bitch. That's the bottom line here. My neighbor is a bitch. She's always been a bitch. She's always going to be a bitch. And she's never, ever, ever, ever gonna care about the grief that she causes people. She goes out of her way to do it. So, yeah, I'm just gonna let that go. But I got a feeling that, you know, because I flipped it over onto her yard, that she'll probably pick it back up and put it right back, you know. But, yeah. And I'm still worried about that tree falling on this roof because clearly it looks like it's going to happen. Alright, so that's the sprinkler system that I just flipped over to there. It was over here. It's that painted orange. You can't miss it. So I just flipped it over to her side. But clearly she's going up over 3 feet and over 3 feet just to cause us grief. There's no reason for that sprinkler to be anywhere near this fence. It's orange as orange can be right here. Yes, as the saying goes, when the cat's away, the mouse will play. Yeah. So, at this point in time, I'm just going to see how long it takes her to learn that I moved that sprinkler back over to her side. You know, just, there is no legitimate excuse to have a sprinkler on the retaining wall. My retaining wall. You know, this house is 6 feet above hers. Who does the retaining wall belong to, technically, right? But she did. She removed part of it in the front there and put all her trash up against it. And now, you know, she's watering, I guess, whatever plants, like she needs any more plants. I really wish she would just focus on taking care of her own issues and quit trying to focus on causing me grief or destroying another fence that I built. You know, really, truly, there's so much that she needs to do on her own property, on her own side. But yet she just keeps coming at me. Keeps putting that hose and trying to undermine. Maybe, seriously. I'm going to clearly have to put up another note or, I don't know. I got to do something here. I don't want to fight with her. I'm trying to stay out of her view. Mm-hmm. Yes, I understand you're just working. I'm just documenting that once again she has somebody out here doing this instead of dealing with that tree that's going to land on our garage. Or on her roof. I hope it lands on her roof instead. But, yeah. First she wants to pretend the fence that she destroyed was perfectly okay. And I had to spend all this money to build this wrought iron fence. Yes. That's exactly what's happening. You just saw she's got some other poor sap over there busting his balls. I feel bad for him, but yeah, he's a grown man. You know, so. But she's having him rip out the whole front so that it matches what my front looks like. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to when that tree plans on this garage. I mean, hopefully it don't happen right now while I'm doing this. It's insane. It really is insane, especially because, yeah, the Rotary Club went over there and cleaned up that trash can. I mean, did a good job of it and even threw away some of my property in the process, just so the house across the way could sell for a better price. And it hasn't even been a month, and it's already, you know, a total trash can next door again. And yeah, the tree is getting ready to come down. Okay, I just got here to the city once again. Let's see if this falls on deaf ears or if I'll get anything to transpire from this visit. All right, I'm back from the city. Actually, they're going to come over here, code enforcement, and just take some pictures of that tree that is clearly falling down at this point, and take some pictures of the retaining wall and lack thereof. All right, code enforcement's here, and he's taking some pictures. And I might add, you know, she just drove up, so she's not too happy with what she's seeing happening. All you're doing is taking pictures. Okay, so code enforcement just left. He took some pictures of the trees, took some pictures of the retaining wall and lack of therefore a retaining wall, and said that, you know, he'll document it, but the reality is, you know, he's code enforcement. He's not the police. Yeah, I know. Here you can see him talking to the code enforcement gentleman, Kevin, showing him the makeshift retaining wall I made on this side of the fence. This is where she was telling her friend that this is all her property. Oh, it's crazy. It really is crazy. Sadly, yeah, no matter how old she gets, she's just going to get worse. She seriously got some mental problems. Yep, there she is again, trying to convince her newest friend to destroy the fence. Destroy my lighting. Ugh. Yeah, here she is again. She's all upset. This is her new friend. Check that out. And then she goes, oh look, there's a camera. Crazy. Yes, my neighbor is crazy, and she's planning on destroying my new fence and my lighting and my cameras and everything else.
Oh, you got your little hi, darling. I do for the YouTube. Small for the YouTube.
You don't like my spotlight? You don't like my giant spotlight and all my things? Wait till you see the movies are going to be playing off of your panels.
There's nothing at the bottom there. When it rains, it washes.
Sir, I hope you're aware that she's involving you in illegal activities.
So in the dirt, it's like open like that. Because in the back,
don't come up to my fence again, Linda. Don't go up to my fence again, Linda. And as you can see, she is telling this gentleman to remove the retaining wall to this property. And she placed those there. Yeah, so she's coming up over the cinder block, the retaining wall, and she wants, look at that trash can back there, but she wants him to, they say she keeps putting the sprinkler back over here and ripping my plants through. There was wire around these plants to hold it to the thing. I put some more markers down. Sign telling her to move her stuff. Right now it's there. Yep, I got a projector. I think it's time to have movie night. Yeah, apparently all I got to do is hook it up to my phone, and I can show whatever videos I have on my phone. That could be interesting, right? Maybe.